Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to do a Photoshop project working on balance. Now if you remember, balance is basically the way that different elements of your artwork, lines, shapes, colors, textures, whatever it is you're using, how they balance on your piece of art to make it look symmetrical, to make it look even, basically just to make it look good. We're going to use shapes in Photoshop to make a project that demonstrates good balance. So here we go. I'm going to go down here and in my dock, I'm just going to open up Adobe Photoshop CS4. Boom. And here I am, and I need to make a blank document. So I'll start right here, File, New. And I'm going to go ahead and use one of these presets here. In fact, I like this one for web. And this 1024 by 768 is actually a pretty good one, so let's use that. I am going to give it a name. I'm going to call this Balance. I spelled it wrong. Balance Project. Call it 1. Okay? Background can be white. Everything else looks pretty good here. So I'm just going to click OK. Boom. And here I have just a pretty standard working space, okay? The first thing I want to do is I want to put some color on this space. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with a gradient. Over here in the toolbar, here we have the paint bucket tool. But I don't really want to use a paint bucket. I want to use a gradient. So I will hold down the paint bucket tool, and there is the gradient. Now I can pick what gradient I want to use up here in the top. And if I click this down, I can see a lot of different choices for gradients. I can also get more gradients if I go over here. You see there's a whole bunch of them here. But I'm just going to stick with these ones I have. These will be fine. I'm going to use this blue to white gradient here. And then I want it to be linear. I want a linear gradient, not a radial. Because I'm just going to I'm going to drag a line from one end of my document to the other, just like that. This will be fine. Now I'm going to work on balance on a couple of different levels here. We're going to do some color balance, and I'm going to do some shape and size balance. I'm going to do this using the Shape tool. So if I go down here towards the bottom, this here is the Shapes tool. And for my shapes, I think I'm going to start by making rectangles. Now I want to make sure that I'm doing shape layers. I have my rectangle, and I'm going to change my color. I'm going to put my rectangles over here on the left-hand side, but I want them to echo and balance this lighter white color. So I'm going to go ahead and change my color. I'm going to make my rectangles white. And now I'm going to make my rectangles kind of large and white, like so. And here's another one, there's another one, there's another one. I'm just going to make several of these rectangles, kind of like so. Now you could change colors. Maybe I want to make some of them a little bit off-white. I'm going to go with kind of a blue-gray, like this, and now I'll make some more. Very simple. We're just working with basic geometric shapes. Let's make a few more that are a little more blue. There. I'm pretty happy with that. Now what I want to do is on the other side, I'm going to balance different shapes and different sizes. So I'm going to go with the Ellipse tool, and these I'm going to make more blue. And maybe I'll make them smaller. Now the Ellipse tool, you can see, makes a pretty good oval. It also makes a pretty good circle. And I'm going to try some different colors, but they're all going to be different kinds of blue. Make a few bigger ones, overlap a few, make some smaller ones, just like so. And I'm going to do some other that are even a little lighter. back like this. Not bad. Maybe some more small ones. Fill that in. I want to make it balanced. Now what you see here is I have basically over here on the left-hand side, okay, this area I have squares, and on this area I have circles. The squares and the circles balance each other out. I could even overlap them like that. Apply that. Just some tricks you could do. I can go like this, so they bleed into one another. I like that. Just make it look good. I'll bet you I could even take my squares. If I really wanted to, I could apply a style. It's not going to balance much. Now they look like wood. I don't think I like that really, but you could use it if you really wanted to. Either way, you're creating a project that has balance on either side. I'm also balancing shapes. I'm also balancing colors. Have fun with it. Use it however you want to use it. You're working on just making a project that looks balanced, that looks even. Make your own, make a couple of them, have fun with it. Good luck.